All right. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all very much. Thanks for coming out. It means a lot, even though you're just here waiting to get your oil changed. But, you know, still you made it. And the good news is my career started to take off. I'm now on Amazon.com. Boy, some agent I have, huh? Got me on Amazon. But the bigger news is that I'm now on Netflix. I just signed a 1 year agreement with Netflix. And yeah, thank you. The first 30 days are free. All right, we're going to have a good time tonight. I hope. I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but as long as I get paid, I'm going to have a good time. Oh, that reminds me, by the way, no refunds. So I didn't have a show planned for today, but I ended up agreeing to do the show because I've been standing in line back here for 2 hours waiting for someone to pay it forward. But that never happened, so I agreed to do this show in lieu of an oil change. So yeah, I'm happy that my career started to take off because I don't have to buy discounted hookers anymore. Uh, yeah, one of the last ones I had, she was missing a leg, so I couldn't really afford the top scale hooker. And boy, when I was really hard up for money, I'd just go over to my neighbor's house. That she was blind, and whenever her husband go to work, I'd just go in there and act like I was him. Well, if y'all are interested to know what's going on in my life, I went the other day and checked on getting a vasectomy, but I was only born with one testicle, so the doctor said he would give me the surgery half off. I can tell you, I'm not going to go where my cousin went because my cousin went and got a vasectomy and ended up coming out with a vagina. And we come to find out later that doctor is a gay rights activist, so I'm not going to that one. Well, talking about doctors, my sister had to go to the gynecologist the other day. Nothing of no concern or anything. She's healthy, but the doctor just told her to come back in 3 months or 3,000 miles, whichever comes first. Well, in other news, my wife. Okay, moving on. Now, my wife has figured out that she can use her vagina to get money out of me. And we were talking about this in the car while we were riding around. I looked over and told her, I was like, "You're sitting on a gold mine." I was like, literally. For you people who work in pharmacies, if someone comes in there to buy laxatives, enemas, and suppositories, it's not the time to be making small talk. I had to buy some of that stuff the other day, and the cashier kept going on, like, "Oh, what about that football game?" I'm like, yeah, put it in the bag. Let's go, Granny. Of course, she's sitting there like, "I'm not sure we got you the sale price on this." I'm like, "I don't care. I'll pay full price. Just put it in there. Let's go. I got to get home." Well, moving on from laxatives, have y'all seen one of those taken?
Good afternoon, customers. Will the owner of a blue Toyota please come to the service desk about your oil change? The owner of the blue Toyota.
Thank you. Well, moving on from laxatives, have y'all seen one of those take and bake places that are real popular now where they make your pizza, but you still got to take it home and bake it? Well, they gave me a business idea. Sitting there thinking, I was like, I ought to have a take and cook spaghetti. Say, here's your raw spaghetti noodles. Here's the pasta sauce at $6. Now you got to take it home and cook it. That makes about as much sense. Well, here's a little FYI. If you're in a, I can't work like this.
Jim Moore, come to the service desk. Jim Moore.
But if you're in a relationship and you start to rationalize that it'd be okay for your spouse to die because you start thinking, well, you get the insurance money and stuff like that, it's probably means that you shouldn't be in that relationship anymore. Are we still on? Test. Okay. There's this girl that I dated. This was years ago, but she cooked up a big meal and we sat there and ate. And I was like, man, I was like, this is delicious. And she said, well, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And I was like, really? I was like, I thought the way to a man's heart was through his penis. Well, needless to say, that relationship didn't last long. No, it wasn't because of that. Things just weren't really working out. So I feared her one last time and then broke up with her. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a smoke real quick, if you don't mind. Today actually is my 2 month anniversary. Thank you. Started smoking exactly 2 months ago. Oh, I'm getting a text on my phone. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, this is rude, but we'll take it just a second. Oh, this is my joke guy. Let's see what he's got to say. It says, hey, remember that case of mad cow about a year ago? It says they've done a 6-month investigation and they still can't figure out what the cow was mad about. I'm serious. Somebody send this guy an email. Tell him to give me a refund. Well, thanks for coming out to the show tonight. I didn't bring a tip jar. I forgot it, but I do have a plastic bag that if anybody want to come up here and put any tips in it, there you go. I'll set it right down here. Y'all remember that woman, Andrea Yates, that killed her 5 kids? I'm no psychologist, but I think that would probably qualify as bad parenting. I know, it's going a little too far there. It's okay that you don't laugh. I know my act's funny. I just got a standing ovation last night, even though it was just me practicing in the mirror. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting a call. This is so rude. Hello? Hey, man, what's up? Yeah, I'm actually in the middle of a show right now. It's been canceled. Well, I was paying y'all to be there. Y'all don't give refunds, huh? Yeah, hello? No, just a business call. That sucks. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back, okay? Thank y'all. Man, what am I going to do? That's like the biggest show of the year. That's where I was going to make my big break at. All right, I'm back. Let's do a show, okay? This is a segment I like to call church jokes. Well, I got saved the other day. Thank you. I was watching the church channel the other day. They were running a special. They said I could get saved for 3 easy payments of $29.95. And they said if I called within the next 15 minutes, they'd knock off a payment. And then on top of that, when I called, they said if you have a family member or a friend that would like to get saved, they would do it for free, but I would just have to pay the separate processing and handling. We went to church the other day, and we went back to the nursery, and there was this little baby back there, and he was screaming his head off, and I figured that somebody back there done told him he was going to hell. Whoa. I'm sorry if I'm a little off tonight, folks. I took about 25 Klonopins before the show. I was trying to commit suicide. I guess my timing was off. Well, you know what they say, show must go on. I guess I could do it tonight. There's a Golden Girls coming on. I want to see that. I'll do my suicide after that goes off. You know, we have all these sex supplements on the market, like Viagra and Extends and products like that to make men horny so they can have sex. Well, you know, in all my travels and all my studies, I've only found one thing that makes a woman horny. Can we pull that up on the screen real quick? Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. Drink to that, buddy. Yeah, I got a couple of kids. I love them more than anything. You know, people ask all the time, they're like, did y'all have any problems with the pregnancies or with delivery? And I'm like, no, you know, all that went great. But we did have trouble with conception. I had to end up going to the doctor, and the nurse came in, and she's like, well, here's your problem. She's like, you got a low sperm count. And I was like, wow. I was like, you can really tell that with it squirted all over your chest like that? It's like, she really was a good nurse. That's one of them full service hospitals. I've worked with plenty of women over the years, and you know, most of them all say the same thing. They're like, "Oh, a woman can do anything a man can do," and I'm like, "Really? Well, why don't you come over here and prove it and jerk me off?" Have you ever noticed when you go to church that they'll say everybody's going to hell, but yet every single funeral you go to, they're all in heaven? And I want to go to a lot of funerals and be like, no, no, they're not in heaven. No, if there is a hell, this person laying in this casket right here is there. I hate to tell you that.
Go Juggs!
Ah. All right, let's do a show.
Woo!
I'm getting tired of who am I talking to? I'm getting tired of environmentalists who live in a 6,000 square foot house because they say, "Oh, we care about the environment because we have this one solar panel up on our third story roof." It's like, no. If you really cared about the environment, you'd live in a 1,200 square foot house with a solar panel. Actually, if you really cared about the environment, you just live in a tent made out of old rubber tires. Well, you're pretty. I've added a new exercise to my routine. I now do penis stretches. You know, the experts say that you stretch your penis out in all four directions, that you'll have a longer penis than about 2 months. Luckily, my results were faster than that. They were immediate. No, I really couldn't do the penis stretching because I'd try to start doing it and then I'd just end up jacking off and being done with it. So it never worked for me. I was sitting out on my deck the other day, had me a cup of coffee, and I was sitting there looking up to the sky and just thinking about how great everything is and how good my life was going. And it just felt like my cup runneth over. And it really was. I put too much coffee in my cup and it was running over. Sorry, folks. They can't all be gold. Sometimes you got to throw a silver or a bronze in there. And you'll just go home tonight and you'll wake up tomorrow and you'll just laugh thinking back on this. And if you don't, who gives a fuck? I'll be out of here. I'll be headed to the next town anyways. Well, folks, I'm going to tell you a little story. Make it a little personal for a minute. When I was growing up as a boy, all my teachers always said that I was never going to amount to anything. And they were right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I had a dilemma last night. I got high, and then I had to choose between chicken or beef ramen noodles. That was a tough decision. I sat there for like 10 minutes trying to decide. There was a girl that I dated. This is a while back, but things just weren't working out, and she said, I just want to be friends. And I was like, that's okay, I understand. I was like, before you go though, I was like, let me clear up something. Is that with or without benefits? Well, this is how stupid people are. I went to a fast food restaurant the other day, and my total came up to $2.13. So I handed the girl $3, and I looked at the change on my hand, and all I had was 12 cents. And I looked at her, I was like, all I got is 12 cents. She's like, oh, it's okay. Took it from me. And then she gave me back 99 cents. I was like, really? I was like, no wonder you work here. Well, folks, it's been a
owner of a pink Prius is now ready for pickup. Let's see, that is Juggs. Juggs, that's you. You're ready for checkout.
Well, show's over, folks.